The fruit and nuts are made on 2 sheets which are marked out in sections. Use a pair of scissors to cut along the guidelines. By clipping the 2 halves of the lemon mould together using the studs, it can be made in one piece. Take a ball of paste which is approximately a size 14. We have used a size guide to ascertain the correct size of paste so the mould is not overfilled. For more in-depth do's and don'ts, see our How to Use CelShapes moulds and How to Use the Size Guide videos. Ease the end of the paste so it becomes a similar shape to the cavity. This will ensure that the whole cavity is filled when moulding. Clip both parts of the mould together using the studs and squeeze. Turn the mould and make sure that an even amount of pressure has been applied all over. Trim away the excess from around the edge of your paste lemon. Do not use a sharp knife to do this, as it could cut and damage the plastic. Clip the upper half on again and re-squeeze to remove a little more excess. Trim once again. Insert a cocktail stick into the end of the lemon and use this as a lever to remove the paste from the mould. Use a Dresden tool to smooth and remove the ridge. Complete by giving a gentle rub with your fingers. Too much pressure here would distort the shape, so be careful. Finally, set aside. A small shallow former is used to rest the lemon in so that it does not become flattened during drying. Use lemon yellow powder colouring on a firm brush to add highlights to your lemon. Before getting started, wrap your former in cling film. During painting, if you get any colour on the former, it will not stain and spoil. Add a little lime green at both ends. Use the paper towel to brush off any excess colour so that the painting remains subtle rather than being too bold. Blend the green and yellow shades so it looks realistic. Once completed, remove the film from the former and throw it away. Insert a hooked wire into the top of the cherry to form the stalk. Once inserted, twist to secure into the paste. If you wish to have a totally edible fruit, roll a thin piece of paste, brown in colour, and insert once it is dry, but while the cherry is still soft. Use a Dresden tool or your fingers to smooth around the sides of the fruit where the two halves of the mould clip together. Colour as required. Attach several fruits together into a natural grouping. Place a small ball of paste over the middle hole on the cell board and using a medium rolling pin, flatten and thin the paste. Remove the paste and turn over. Place a daisy cutter over the thicker paste centre and cut out a suitable calyx for the strawberry. Thin and elongate the thicker part of the calyx to make a stalk. Use a little gum to moisten the top of the strawberry and attach the calyx. Use a cell stick CS to thin and curve the points of the calyx upward. Use a 5-pointed calyx for brambles and use real fruit for reference. The yellow paste acorn needs to have an evident ridge between the top and bottom so the nut and cup are evident. Colour the nut with a beige-green shade. The cup with a deeper green powder. Tape to some oak leaves to complete. Brambles will grow as small green fruit which darken as they ripen. Therefore mould in either green or purple paste and add additional colour highlights. Yellow will lighten the intensity of the colouring and give light and shade to the fruit. Use the paper towel to remove excess powder from the brush before painting the bramble. By adding yellow powder around the top of the orange, you will achieve a lighter shade which will give contrast to the deeper orange shading which should be applied to the rest of the fruit. Use a real orange for a guide. Once the pear has been dusted, prepare a brown liquid colour and then use a toothbrush to apply this to the pear. Use your thumb to rub the bristles and flick speckles of paint onto the pear. Make sure you have covered your work area to stop the paint from spraying onto the table, etc. To make the oranges and pears look more realistic, try inserting a clove into the top of the orange or base of the pear. Also use one to create the pear stalk.